Welcome to the Presidential Diary, a weekly program where we highlight the work of His Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali. The government will soon commence preparation for the construction of a 12-mile four-lane highway running from the site of the new Demerara Harbour Bridge on the west bank of Demerara to Barica on the east bank of Essequibo. His Excellency in late October led a team of ministers and other local experts on an inspection tour of the path for the new road project.
President Ali said part of the transformation will be the creation of new infrastructure, the conversion of low-value land to high-value assets, expanding agriculture, and the opening of tourism opportunities.
So from Canal 1 now, taking the straight alignment to Barica, if you go on a straight drive, you're talking about cutting down the travel time by almost 35-40 minutes. 35-40 minutes, very comfortable. That is better for the environment, it is better for the economy, it is better for businesses, the cost of doing business and the integration of community, and the opening up of thousands of acres of land. Right? Low value land now, that will become high value land. It's exciting times for Guyana, exciting time for young people. And there's enough for us as Guyanese to be proud of. There's enough work ahead of us. We have to stop spending so much energy on negativity. And looking into the future, looking into the potential, we have to embrace positive energy and move this country forward. There's no other way.
The president said a team will oversee the project in its initial stage. Local engineers, the Guyana Defence Force and the Private Sector Commission will form part of that team.
It's exciting times for Guyana, exciting time for young people. And there's enough for us as Guyanese to be proud of. There's enough work ahead of us. We have to stop spending so much energy on negativity. And looking into the future, looking into the potential, we have to embrace positive energy and move this country forward. There's no other way.
The four-lane highway will make way for the construction of another linkage from Barica to Bartica, Region 7. The 56-kilometer road will run from Del Conte, east bank of Essequibo, through Monkey Jump before ending at Bartica.
His Excellency on November 5 announced the appointment of Dr. Ashni Kumar Singh as Senior Minister with responsibility for finance in the Office of the President.
Dr. Singh took the oath of office before his family and other ministers of government at the Office of the President. President Ali said his new minister brings with him values and experience garnered over his decades in the public service.
Dr. Ashni Singh will be part of the team under the umbrella of the Office of the President, which will oversee the transformative agenda of the government, which includes projects, programs, and policies that will stimulate, expand, and widen our economic base, whilst at the same time strengthening existing sectors. Whilst the Office of the President will continue to have an oversight role in the sector, Dr. Ashni Singh's responsibility for finance would ensure that we have a full complement of skills that would advance the agenda of the government. As you're aware, we are on a road of transformation, and in that transformation, it requires a multifaceted team. And I believe that in every aspect of government, at the level of the cabinet, at the level of permanent secretaries, we have been able to match youth, experience, dynamism in a very special way to ensure that we build the capacity that is needed to manage the fortunes of the future and to create an environment in which all our people will be successful.
Minister Singh said he is thrilled to be back in service to the Guyanese people.
First of all, I'd like to thank President Ali, Vice President Jagdeo, and Prime Minister Phillips for inviting me to rejoin the cabinet. I have spent almost all of my life in public service in Guyana, And so public service for me has been something that I've devoted all of my professional energies to over the years, and it's something that I consider a great honor.
Dr. Singh served as finance minister under the Dr. Bar Jagdeo and Donald Ramatar administrations from 2006 to 2015.
President Ali, on the morning of November 8, paid homage to the British Guyanese soldiers who lost their lives in the 1914 to 1918 World War I and the 1939 to 1945 World War II at the Georgetown Cenotaph. The president said Guyana will forever be grateful to those who gave their lives in service to their country.
We are forever indebted to them for their supreme sacrifice in the cause of peace and freedom. We also recall with gratitude those who, through the years, have made similar personal sacrifices in a continuing struggle for human dignity, social justice, and freedom from all forms of oppression, wherever these exist.
The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces was joined by Prime Minister the Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defence Force Brigadier Godfrey Bess, Acting Police Commissioner Nigel Hoppy, President of the Guyana Veterans Legion Lieutenant Colonel Retired George Gomes, and representatives of the Diplomatic Corps, who also laid wreaths. Dr. Ali said the example of the fallen strengthens Guyana's resolve to maintain its efforts for world peace.
On this solemn occasion, we, the citizens of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, rededicate ourselves to the search for peace everywhere and renew our commitment to the development and well-being of our beloved country.
Also known as Poppy Day, Remembrance Day is celebrated on November 11 to honor all those who died in the wars. Guyanese soldiers served and fought in Egypt, France, Belgium, and East Africa.
On November 8th, the head of state urged Guyanese to examine their lives and to find their inner light, which can promote harmony, selflessness, and lead to a sense of consciousness. His Excellency made the call during the 6th annual National Day Light Up at Rahamans Park.
As a country and as a people, we must contemplate on this inner light. Each one of us must contemplate individually on that inner light and to ask ourselves some very searching questions. Is my inner light contributing positively to the people of society, to the people of my community? Is my inner light selfish or selfless? Is my inner light in the cause of my country or in the cause of something individualistic?
The president gave the assurance that his government is willing to embrace all Guyanese as the goal is to achieve a singular vision. He emphasized that leading a country requires everyone to move beyond obstacles in order to realize true potential.
I believe that we have it in us to take this country to the next level united. We have it in us to take this country to the next level in a dignified manner, where respect for laws, respect for rules, respect for democracy becomes unquestionable in the eyes of the world. It is only then that the light of Guyana can shine as brightly as we want it to shine. It is only then that the light of Guyana can create a path for others to follow. It is only then that the light of Guyana can brighten the future of those who will come after us.
President Ali was joined by the First Lady Arya Ali, Senior Minister within the Office of the President Dr. Ashni Singh, government officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps and members of the Hindu Swayam Sevak Sangh, Guyana, for the lighting of the ceremonial diya following the official program.
His Excellency on November 10 delivered brief remarks at an award ceremony, where Mr. Sham Nokta received the 500 Discovery of the Strait of Magellan Award. At the event, President Ali praised Mr. Nokta for his significant contributions in the areas of environment and climate change.
This comes as no surprise to us. We are aware of your selfless talent. We are aware of your significant contribution. And we are aware of your technical capacity to achieve. So for us, this is not a surprise. Perhaps it is just the opening of many more moments like these in your life. But we must recognize Ambassador in the government of Chile for honoring our citizen, one of our citizens, and we are very pleased that a citizen of Guyana has distinguished himself to the international community to the extent that he was honored.
President Ali said Mr. Nokta has distinguished himself from an early stage in his career when many saw no value in pursuing environmental science.
At one point, it was not a highly sought after career. But today we see every single aspect of our life, every single project, every single program, every single development pathway, environmental science comes into play. And for him, at such a young age, to understand the importance that this field will play in global development also tells you about this young man who had a brilliant insight into what exactly he wanted to achieve. And he did so at the private level, he did so at the public level, and he did so internationally. And I am hoping that he will continue to do so as we now brought back synergy between climate change and the environment. As we call upon his service, he will once more again respond positively in helping to provide that much added leadership on climate change and the environment.
The award was conferred on behalf of the Chilean government by the Ambassador of Chile, Patricio Becker. To celebrate the 500th anniversary, the prestigious award is being bestowed upon modern-day innovators in each country whose work represents the spirit of exploration. Mr. Nokta is a specialist in natural resources, the environment and climate change, and has excelled in these areas.
His Excellency on November 11 swore in the chairman and members of the Public Service Appellate Tribunal during a simple ceremony at the office of the President. President Ali made commitments to improve and retool the public service to adjust the growing economy.
Former Appeal Court Judge Nandram Kisoon took the oath of office as chairman, while attorney Abiola Wong Innis and former permanent secretary of the Ministry of Public Service Haider Ali were sworn in as members. President Ali highlighted the importance of the Appellate Tribunal in protecting the security of tenure of public service.
The tribunal, therefore, is part of the system of administrative justice within the public service. The public service is being reorganized to make it more service-oriented and efficient. We want a public service that provides timely and quality service to the citizens.
Dr. Ali said the public service is being restructured to attract and retain highly skilled individuals.
This is all the more vital given that Guyana's national development is about to take off. A growing and diversified economy will demand qualified, trained, and skilled individuals within the public service. It is for this reason that our public service is therefore being reorganized to allow to recruit such skills and to deploy them in the task of national development.
Minister of the Public Service, the Honorable Sonia Parag, and other officials were also at the event. The tribunal was established by the Public Service Tribunal Act 1984.
His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali has stressed on the importance of international cooperation through multilateralism in response to existing global challenges, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. The head of state was at the time making his keynote address to the 44th annual meeting of Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the Group of 77 and China on November 12.
The era in which we now find ourselves has revealed in stark terms the pivotal role of international cooperation in responding to extant global challenges. The rebuilding of our economies and the strengthening of our public health systems will depend in large part on our ability to work together towards developing and distributing COVID-19 vaccines as a global public good. It is imperative, therefore, that the international community enhances its effort for institutions that are best equipped to foster this collective effort.
President Ali said the group has managed to maintain a single voice in calling for a concerted effort to combat the impacts of environmental degradation and climate change.
We have highlighted the disproportionate and unprecedented effects that a warming planet has had, especially on small islands developing states. These states are already grappling with a myriad of socio-economic factors that limit their responsiveness to natural hazards. Guyana has made climate action a national priority, and it remains committed to working with others to overcome the world's climate crisis.
His Excellency on Friday, November 13, met with residents of Region 6 to listen to their concerns and provide solutions. The meeting was held in the boardroom of the Regional Democratic Council.
President Ali said it is his government's commitment to ensure public services at the highest level are available to every community.
Today we are not here to look at issues for 2-3 weeks. We are here to resolve problems. We brought together very senior technical people, in most cases the head of agencies, to address the concerns of residents of Region 6.
The president said the exercise would be done throughout the country.
We hope by doing this too, we'll be able to reduce the cost of doing business for the ordinary people on the ground. There will be greater connection between the people and the government, and greater connection between the agencies and the people. And there will be a better understanding of the concerns and problems the people are facing on the ground.
He added that a technical team will be set up to ensure the concerns of citizens are addressed.
In every single region, we'll be creating a rapid response technical team that comprise of representation from the different agencies, chaired by the regional chairman and co-chaired by the vice chairman. The REO will act as a secretary. There are some individuals who will soon, I want to recognize Dr. Ramaya here too, who will be added to this team very shortly. Now this team will be responsible for the following up of issues at the community level, ensuring things are resolved at the community level. And we're going to hold people responsible.
President Ali said the engagement indicates government's capacity to effectively deal with citizens' issues. However, there are some challenges that need to be resolved.
What we have to do is to have more coordination and break down the barriers of governance. And that is what we want to achieve through these outreaches too. Because in many instances, as you see, if there is a less bureaucratic mode of communication from the region to agencies like the NDIA, Lands and Survey, NIS, the Housing, Central Housing and Planning Authority, then many of these issues can be resolved.
On Saturday, November 14, Guyanese came together to celebrate the Hindu Festival of Lights, Diwali. President Ali, in his message to the nation, noted that Diwali is one of the most important festivals in the Hindu calendar, observed since ancient times.
It is an occasion for families and friends to come together, tell ideas, share gifts, spread joy, and reflect on the profound religious meaning of this festival. The ageless message of Diwali is that light will overcome darkness, knowledge will override ignorance, and hope will prevail over despair. Diwali instills in us the confidence that with hope and unity we can overcome any challenge. This year has been a challenging one for our nation. We have overcome one of our foremost hurdles, and we are now working assiduously to resolve the present health crisis.
The COVID-19 pandemic, the president noted, has meant that much of the usual festivities associated with the day will have to be moderated this year. He urged that Guyanese do not succumb to despondency or despair, even in the midst of the present health crisis.
May the festival renew and strengthen our belief that we can and will overcome our present challenges. It is my wish at this time that the radiance of the lamps of Diwali would guide us along the path of enlightenment, truth, and responsibility. Let us use this year's observance to reflect on our actions as we work together to build a nation of peace, unity, and prosperity.
This has been the Presidential Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thanks for watching. Join us again next week.